welcome back. This is video 2 of our knee pain series. First one focused on strengthening the quad muscles for the knee pain. Hopefully that's improved a little bit. If not, today we're going to focus on the hamstrings. Another muscle typically weaker can affect knee pain. Okay, so remember these are just calm exercises and they're designed for injury rehabilitation. They're not designed for big strength building, okay? So people with pain typically lose control of muscles when they get a little bit weaker. We're just trying to improve the strength in there, okay? So hamstring muscles, they cross the knee joint and they cross the hip joint. So we're going to do 3 exercises that kind of target both, okay? And they're all body weight, so you should all be able to do them. First one, if you hold on, sometimes it helps a little bit with stability and allows you to focus on grabbing the right muscle, okay? So if you hold on, something more stable. So I'm going to balance on my left leg, my right leg. First thing I'm going to do is push my leg just slightly behind my standing one, okay? The right one is the one we're trying to work. And what you're trying to do is keep the upper thigh still as you focus on moving the lower limb. And when you do that, I can really isolate the hamstring. So remember, if it starts shaking, you know it is quite weak. Okay? So when it starts to shake, it means the brain's not got full control over it, so it definitely needs strengthening. So what I'm trying to do is, I've done a hip extension on my leg, basically meaning the leg's just gone slightly behind me. So I'm upper hammy and my butt just slightly holding the leg in that position, while the lower hammy, the lower hamstring actually does the movement. Okay? And all you're trying to do is keep this still. When people, all the time I see this, when people do it, this leg is swinging back and forth. Every time they try and curl up this leg, and that just doesn't work. You have to isolate, you have to keep the upper thigh still, just a little bit, so that leg is just slightly behind the standing leg, and then keep it still as you cut, and I can really isolate my hamstrings on that one. Okay? That is the first one. Second one, you're going to drop down into all fours. So I'm going to work the same leg again, work the right leg. What you're going to do first of all is push the right leg away, and you're going to try and keep your thigh parallel to the floor. And you're going to do a hamstring curl again. Hamstring curl again, trying to keep the thigh parallel. It's going to want to drop down as you curl. You've got to try and hold that still. Again, I can really isolate my hamstrings. You've got to squeeze the abs to make sure the pelvis doesn't go anywhere. Nothing else should be moving apart from the lower limb. So hold the thigh parallel to the floor, squeeze the bum, squeeze the hammies, and just focus on bending the lower limb. And you should find the hamstring on that one as well. Number 3, my favourite. It is the glute bridge. You're going to lie your back. All you're going to do is you're trying to focus on using, you want to use the bum as well, but this is a bit more targeted on the upper hamstring rather than the lower hamstring. Okay, so you're going to try and tuck your pelvis under first. You're going to continue rolling the spine off the floor and see if you can squeeze the bum up. And what you're trying to do is get a rough line between your knee, your hip and your shoulder. It's a bit difficult, especially if you have quite tight hip flexors. You'll find you can't get any further, any higher than that. That's fine, that will come with time, okay? Just keep getting used to rolling the pelvis and then continue rolling the spine off the floor as you squeeze up, as you squeeze through your butt and your hammy. So unroll it again, back to the floor, and then tuck and roll back up. Keep getting used to trying to grab the right muscle. It takes a bit of time, but as soon as you master it, then you can start to do more difficult exercises. Remember, if you're doing these exercises it's because you're in pain. And if you're in pain, quite often it's because you've lost control of certain muscles. And what we're trying to do is put a basic level of strength back in there. Just a basic one, okay? If you push ahead and try and do 2 advanced exercises, you are more than likely going to work the wrong area. So just grab control. That's what we call these ones, control phase exercises. Try and grab control first of the right muscles, and I feel those right in the right place. So if you're doing exercises correctly and you feel them in the right place, great stuff. If it helps take the knee pain away, then you know that's what the issue is. If not, we just keep chasing it away. So the first one was the quad muscles, we strengthen those. These ones are the hamstrings. Next one is a bit more focused on flexibility. We're going to loosen the calf muscles and focus on lengthening, stretching out of the outside quads. See you on the next one.